Hello and welcome to VChess. My name is Naiditsch. I am a chess grandmaster and we continue with our educational streams. So, I will be playing 10-minute games against whoever we're getting paired with on chess.com, and during the games I will be commenting. So basically we play a game, we analyze it during the game, and we hope to learn something from it. Let's go. The first game today. Let's go with the move e4, c5. We have the Sicilian defense in our first game, and let's go with the move g3. Quite a rare move, just to play something else, because before we played the moves d4, etc. Now let's go with the move g3 and queen on e2, because the pawn is under attack. d5, usually white takes here, knight takes, short castle, all is pretty normal. Rook on d1 with the idea of playing d4 is coming next. So, queen on b6, interesting continuation, probably to stop white from playing the move d4. Okay, let's consider what should we play next. The move knight on f3 is looking okay. As well, the knight a3, knight on c4 is looking normal. So I like to put the knight on c4. I think this is looking interesting, because we play the move knight on c4 with a tempo. Bishop on f6, he tries to stop me. Maybe we'll have now some tactical options here to do something. I'm not sure, because queen is not perfectly positioned on b6. So in theory we might be able to do something unpleasant to black, but let's think. We have this knight on c4, queen on c7. Now here the knight, but how to get to the knight? Not so easy. Also we have the option of playing knight b5, knight on d6, attacking the bishop, then knight a4, but feels a bit too slow. Maybe there is something like the move c4 now. This is interesting, because knight has to be moved. So interesting move. Let's go with the move maybe c4. Feels a little dangerous, but let's see, because we're gonna push. We're gonna use a moment. The king is still on e8. Welcome to everyone in the chat. I can see first today Vicky SG. Very difficult name. You have very difficult name. And we have, as usual, Solomon with us. Welcome, welcome. Solomon, I hope you're not exhausting yourself by streaming every day. No, that's alright, because I'm not streaming too much. If I would stream like a crazy amount of hours, yeah, would be difficult, but I'm trying to stream a little bit, like 2 hours before, 2 hours in the evening, so we keep it going. I think it's alright for the moment. In case I will get bored, you guys will not see me anymore. And I see also we have here AJ, very difficult name also. Welcome everyone to the stream. So, the idea of black to get the knight to f5, this is clear. We can go with the move knight on b5, and our idea should be to play the move d4. So we have to make the move d4 work. How to make it work? I think we might go knight on b5, maybe. Our idea is to get the move d4. So this is what we want. How to make this happen? I think I should go knight on b5. So we have here knight on d6 in theory next. And I'm going to push the move d4. So we have to play the move d4. We have to do something. This was, in any case, our idea to play the move d4. So, also interesting to play the move g4, by the way, because there is this g5. Usually, it is not the best to play the move g4, but now it's not so stupid to play the move g4. We would now knight on f5. Wow. Is it possible to play a move like knight f5 in the current position? I think we should push, because time to sacrifice something. Or can we go with the move g4? Knight goes here. We're gonna take. Maybe it is not working. maybe it does not work. So, what should we do here? Maybe some positional move like queen e4 was the idea of playing g4. Possible, but then there is this a6 coming next, so it feels like we should push here. It feels that probably we should have some compensation, but I'm just not sure if it's more than compensation, because if it's just a pawn down, this would be bad news for us. So, what can we do here? To play d3, well, this is like we are admitting that something went wrong. Maybe still it is a normal position after playing the move d3, but it doesn't feel like this is what white should do here, but I don't see how to play the move d4. d4, take, take, take. We have to sacrifice the exchange, and then we play this bishop f4. They're gonna be short castle, bishop c7, queen a6, so the queen can escape. I guess I should have some compensation, but this is for sure not a better position for white, so... What should we play here? What should we play here? I don't know. I don't know what I should do here. Maybe something like queen e4, but I don't like this move so much because d3 is possible, but it doesn't look like we're doing well here suddenly because there's no d4. I thought I'm gonna be able to play the move d4, but how to make it happen? So we have to play something. Let me play d3 because I don't see how otherwise we can make it work. So d3, not the best, not the best. Somewhere something went wrong. a6, of course, we have to go back. The problem is that now he's getting this knight on d4, so black is of course doing well here. Still, it is a big fight, so the game has just begun, but black is doing well because we did not stop the move knight on d4. I thought I can somehow stop it, but couldn't find a way. What to do? Okay, the game goes on, so let's see how the things will develop next. Our opponent is probably considering to play knight on d4 or not to play knight on d4. I guess knight on d4 is looking logical, yeah, so this is what we have. And we have to put the queen somewhere. There is this knight on c2, also could be unpleasant, so we have to be very, very careful with a knight on c2 move. Many unpleasant things, but I believe we have the option here to play queen g4, I think. Actually not sure, because there is some kind of h5 push. Problems everywhere. Okay, let's go queen on d2, just not to lose the game. This is a move which I absolutely dislike, but there is knight c2 and take c3, so this is a problem. That we don't have a good square to put the queen. Maybe to go queen h5, but I think he's gonna go knight c2, and this is gonna end up very badly for us, because rook b1, he's gonna take on c3, and what should I play next? So let's go queen on d2. This is looking not very good for us, but it's alright. So still, it's not like we're doing very bad. This is just worse for white, but still fighting. So next we'll try to defend the pawn on b2. This is important. And we can try knight e4 somewhere. Or try to push this b4 just to be okay. Of course, very strong knight and now on d4. Welcome everyone to the chat. Let me see. What do we have here in the chat? For the moment, we have very calm chat, so Not much is going on. Let's go with the move knight on e4 or rook to b1, I think. The idea to get b4 is looking decent. Let's see if we can make it somehow happen to play the move b4. Still not easy to make it happen. Maybe b4 now immediately. It always feels like we are just worse. Very difficult to recover. So, what can we do here? We are being under heavy pressure. I think we should just try to change the knight, otherwise with such a knight it feels so unpleasant to play with white. We are trying to hold the game. This is of course not a play to be better with the white pieces, we're just trying to hold. Sometimes the best we can do is to defend. What to do? This is life. We're not always having a great position, so sometimes we have to defend. Let's take. Let's go queen on e2, followed by the move bishop e3. So we are in a defense mode. Maybe it's not gonna be such an easy defense. The guy is playing extremely well for the moment because he is basically giving us no chances here. Let's go maybe with the move a3 because does he like to play the move a4? Not sure about it, but maybe. So we have to think. Maybe let's go first with the move b3, just to see what happens next. We are under pressure here with the white pieces. a3, b4 it could be a breakthrough to hold the game, but the position is unpleasant. So let's go with the move a3. We are trying to hold. Take, all right. And queen to e4, I think. Queen is nicely positioned on e4. There might be somewhere the move f5. We have to be a little bit careful with the move f5, but oh, he plays immediately f5. This is terrible, because why he changes the queen? This makes no sense for black to go into such an endgame. Something strange is going on, because before he played so well, and this is just looking like a horrible mistake for black. So I don't understand that. We can go b4, it's gonna be just a draw, but maybe we can do a little more now even than to fix the game to a draw. But difficult. Maybe we cannot, so let's go with the move b4. Take. This is very weird play by black. I think he should not have done this, because there's been just no reason to do it for black. Now this position is equal. We have changed all the pieces. He continues changing pieces, alright, so let's just take, because to play for a win such a position is not possible for us. And let's advance a little bit here. Should we? No, there's rook to b1 coming, so we should not allow it. Maybe most easy way to make a draw. Let's go bishop on d2 just to be safe. Next is king to f3, so we are pretty safe here. Just a little time on the clock, but I hope it's gonna be fine. So h4. Next is king to f3. I have bishop e1 just to be sure, so the position is a draw. Should be holdable. h5 also not the best move ever. This is a bit strange play by our opponent, because he played just so well before. Incredibly good play before. And now in endgame he is... Oh, bishop c3, horrible move. Okay, let's attack just to see where the bishop goes. This is really poor play. So we capture the second line, and we get the king here. Let's attack the rook. Let's go. So slowly, we've been pushing. Now, okay, this is just a draw. Okay, we can just keep on waiting, so there is nothing that black can do to win the game. Okay, so he wants to play. Wow. Strange guy, because he played so well in the beginning, incredibly well. Now, okay, this is just another horrible positional mistake, which is usually not happening in case you play against a strong player, because to put a pawn here is making no sense whatsoever. He tries to win on time. Oh, I blundered him the pawn. Still, it is complete draw, so it doesn't matter. Let's see if we can hold it. Oh, I've missed also bishop e5. Okay, missing everything. Ah, this is terrible. This is just terrible, but okay, we're gonna resign and we're not gonna play the guy again because this is impossible play in the beginning by the guy. Like, he played so well in the beginning, then he makes very simple mistakes during the game, in the endgame, and okay, I'm too slow to hold, of course, but it's something wrong with our opponent. By the way, how I can see the game? I clicked it away by accident. I should be able to see my games. Just a second. Where can I see the game I played? Ah, here, games. So, oh no. I have to click on myself, I think, then I can game history, because this is just for you to understand that this kind of super high level play by my opponent in the beginning. So for example, queen on b6 to prevent d4 looks weird but possible. Bishop f6 looks strange again, but possible because it feels so risky to play with the king on e8, but it's alright. Knight f5 is extremely strong play, because everything is working. Yeah, sometimes it feels like knight f5 might be dangerous, but it feels like working. Now a6, knight on d4 also very good to play immediately. And what is a bit strange is to play the move bishop on d7, because I think short castle just looks good, but the bishop is getting to c6, so very strong play. a5, unbelievably strong play. Again, preventing the move b4, so he plays fantastic game till the current moment. And here starts something extremely weird. In this position, obviously, why to go for an endgame with the black pieces? You just play f5, e5, you push f4. These positions are clearly better for black. Not much, but it is clearly better. So queen c6, f5 is a huge positional mistake by black. It makes absolutely no sense. So this is, for example, a play which is impossible for someone who plays so well the first moves. Amazing game. I mean, we are just getting crushed, so we play against some extremely good player. And now this extremely good player is playing like 2 question marks move, because it makes no sense. Black should play for attack, and usually when you're playing so well before, you know this kind of thing. So f5 is a big error. Then we have this endgame. Okay, this endgame is just a draw, of course. And to play h5, for example, horrible positional mistake. With black, you might be able still to push here a little bit, but the idea of pushing here with black is that you are advancing with your pawns. To play h5 is another very big positional mistake, and obviously here he just tries to win on time, and this is finally what he did. So about this we do not care, but this kind of level of play is not in the beginning. It's not FM level, because usually FMs, they're good players, but they're not strong enough to play like this. So we played against some very strong chess player in the beginning, and afterwards he is just making very simple positional errors that is usually not happening to players of a caliber like we see his play in the beginning. So we had no chance, and we should not play the guy again, because we will just be crushed by the guy, because he is just way stronger, and FM cannot be that strong. This is not possible. So the level difference of the play in the beginning and in the end, I don't care that of course he just won on time, but this doesn't matter. This is normal for online chess. I don't care at all, but I'm just saying that this was incredible play in the beginning by the black, and afterwards big positional errors. So this is not usually something that we see. That's why better not to play him again. Let's go with the next game, whoever comes. Next one. White again. Let's go with the move d4. So let's see. Maybe he knows his opening preparation by Solomon. No, this was not opening preparation. He played it over the board, because this is a very rare line, so you never have openings like this. This is the thing, that it's not opening preparation. So very strong play by the guy in the beginning, unbelievably strong. So yeah, we have here again people in the chat that do not respect logical thinking. People with very little brain, I think, can watch different channels, no problem here at all. So we have to be logical over the board. So we have to think, not just write some nonsense. A lot of nonsense online. That's why you can join them. So, like we always say here on VChess, please be respectful. Please think. We try to be logical. We try to learn from the games. We try to get better. We have here the main line of Catalan for white. Very popular line. Not much is going on for the moment. So, bishop on d7. Sorry, a little coughing. Bishop on d7. I can go with the move knight to e5, maybe trying to be a little bit better here, because we are activating the bishop on g2. So let's play the move knight e5. Welcome everyone. About the game reviews, I'm answering every stream. We are not making the reviews because I think I'm commenting enough during the game. So it should be, I think, enough for the same position. That's why no reviews. And as well, if computer is going to tell you something, alright, let it be. I think it's not very useful, so we're not making the game reviews. It would be, in my opinion, just boring. So again, in the chat, in case you in case you would like to say something, it should make sense. First of all, I'm never accusing anybody of cheating if I have no reason and I don't care about it. This is number 2. Just we try to see how the game develops, and obviously only a chess professional can feel the difference between amateur player and a very strong player. This is very easy to feel. So it's like in every job. In case you're good in your job, you feel what is real and what is fake. So the same goes with chess. I also don't understand, because in the Kramnik words, of course, he is right in very many things. And obviously, amateur players just complain because they want to say something online, but Kramnik is a legend, we should not forget, one of the best chess players ever. And in his words is a lot of truth, Just for you to understand statistics, more than 1,000 titled players been banned on chess.com during official events for the money. So can you imagine more than 1,000 players officially banned? To say after that nobody is cheating is just nonsense. So statistically, more than 20% been caught cheating. Statistics by chess.com, not by me. So of course, it's a very serious issue, and again, we don't care about this on my channel. We try to play good chess, we try to learn something from the games, we try to stay positive. So this is just something that is happening online. We cannot avoid it, and this is why, for example, me, I do not play online events, because some players are completely out of their line. So we have a lot of players. You can watch, let's say, Blitz World Championships. Take a look at the first 10 places and compare these 10 top places to the online results. So there are some players that are scoring in online results always Title Tuesday, always top 5, always top 10. Over the board, not even once in top 50. Do you believe this can happen? I don't think so. So this is just part of the game, of the internet game, and we have to accept it. So it is the way it is. If you hear a strong grandmaster explaining you with a very logical, with something that is making sense why something can happen or cannot happen, I think you have a choice between believing the GM, or if you don't believe him, you can go to a different channel. So for example, you can watch many different channels on YouTube who are doing chess, so no reason to stay. Way to stay and just write some nonsense. So you have to make the choice for yourself. Knight on g4, let's go back to the game. We have slightly better pawn structure, as you can see. And with the move knight on g4, we have the chance of winning now the pawn on a7. The problem is, does it work or not? So let's calculate. Rook c8, take, bishop takes on a7. There is a pin, rook e8, but then we go back here, attacking the bishop on e7. Then there is a move like bishop f6. Wow. So we cannot do that. We cannot do that. Let's go with the move bishop c5, because it doesn't work to take. Very strangely, but I don't see how it works. Maybe I could have done it, but bishop c5 feels more safe. Now, long run, we're gonna have here this 2 pawns versus 1 pawn, which is theoretically a little bit better for white. Of course, not much. It's like very, very small advantage, because we have the structure of A and B versus A. So we have 2 versus 1, and here we have 4 versus 5. And of course, 2 versus 1 is usually the better case. Why is it the better case? Because in theory, just imagine we would change all our pieces, and finally we are ending up in a pawn endgame. And in a pawn endgame, of course, 2 versus 1 is better than 5 versus 4. That's why in theory, we're doing very little better here with the white pieces, but of course it should be very near to equal because we have equal pawns, we have equal material on the board, so we have an endgame which is like 51-49 for white, yeah, basically, not more than this. I see it in the chat. Thanks for the nice words. So, in case you're enjoying the stream, yeah, that is great because this is why I do the stream. And yeah, yesterday the guy who beat us got banned, exactly. But we expected this, so this is not a very big surprise that the guy got banned because it was too obvious that the level of strengths is very different of his play. So sometimes great, sometimes just easy arrows. This is not what is happening to a good player. So this was obvious. Now we have this rook c2 eventually coming next, but we might be capable of pushing the pawns forward. So in theory we can let the rook c2 happen because the knight at the moment is quite far away. We might be able to push our pawns. Let's go. Also, we have, just in case, this move rook on c1 because the 8th rank is pretty weak, so we can choose between getting very aggressive now with this a4, b5, a5 and trying to queen, and maybe rook c1. So rook c1 is a draw because it will be too little to win the game. Should we go with the move b5? I think we should because it feels very interesting. He's gonna take, of course, and then we're gonna play the move h3 and then we're gonna push. Or should I play the move h3 first, then king here and then to push? I don't know if he can take the pawn. This is the thing that maybe he can, but maybe he can't. Let's go crazy. Let's maybe go crazy, or very difficult to say. Very difficult to say. The knight is so far away from the action here on the queen side, so in theory we might be able to use the moment to advance with our pawns. But is it now the moment to do that? Maybe. Let's go with the move b5. So next a4, a5, b6. Yes, I give up on the pawn on e2. But we will be so strong on the queen side, maybe we can make use out of it. So let's see what happens next here. It's gonna be a crazy endgame now because it's a risky approach here, but it makes sense because king is still very far away from the pawns. The black king has a long way to go, and as well we have here some potential of winning a tempo. As you can see, he plays the move king f8. Yes, this is very smart play by the guy. So we continue pushing, we continue sacrificing the pawn on e2 because I would like to go with this a5, b6 and trying to promote the pawns here on the queen side. The knight is so far away from the game. This is what I'm hoping for, is that the knight continues staying there on g4. Knight is not acting well here. Well, king e7. Let's now consider the move a5. The king gets closer. b6, we're almost there. The king gets closer on c8. I don't know how to evaluate the position like that. Crazy game here. I think I should push here. I should push with the move a5. It feels like it is the right way to do. So sometimes I am not sure if I should do something or not, but then you act according to your feeling. It feels that b6 is just the right idea. So we are pushing with the move a5. We had the idea of playing knight on b4, knight c6, check, take, but then I'm also gonna lose all my pawns here. And I do not like to play the move h3, at least I don't have to play the move h3. So I can play the move h3 in a good moment to get the knight to f6 and then to play the move knight e5. But currently, is it the right place to go? Now maybe. Maybe now we have the check on e5, so this could make sense, but is it not just a win? b6, he cannot take because we have a6, but then the rook goes back, so I don't know. I don't know if we should do that. There is also knight on b4 now, very interesting, because where the rook goes after knight on before rook c5 maybe. And is there a way to promote the pawn? I don't see it, so maybe now we're gonna play the move h3, attacking the knight and this knight e5 check because f7 pawn is hanging. We are trying to get maybe the f7 pawn here. Maybe it's gonna be a little bit better for white. Still, huge fight here. Let's see. We got the pawn on f7. In theory, in case take, we have this check here. Very unpleasant check on the CE file. So the game is crazy. Let's see. Let's see. What happens next? I see the chat is quite active. Good. You're following the game. This is excellent. I think it's so good to follow, to try to understand what is happening on the board. And then you hear my comments, so you get better. Or at least, maybe in some positions, this might help to improve. King on d7. Now we have to get our rook very active. And I think this is a move rook c6. Is it correct to play this idea of getting the rook to a6? Looks good. It feels the right choice. Also, we have the move b6 straight away because it's gonna take. Then rook on b2. We have the check here. And this is a checkmate. Whoa, I didn't see. I did not see that this is a checkmate. Unbelievable. This is a checkmate. Wow. So b6. It's not just a check. It is a checkmate eventually. I'm quite surprised by myself that this is a checkmate. Usually, how to deliver a checkmate to the king on d7. Usually this never happens, that we can give a checkmate to the king on d7, but actually it is a checkmate. So, yeah. Sometimes, as a player, you're surprised yourself that, yeah, I have the option. Wow. It is going to be a checkmate because king e8 is like only move, and then we play the move knight on d6 and that's over. So unbelievable that the move rook c7 is almost a checkmate. And yeah, so now we're gonna play the move b7, I think, and the game is over because we have the check here on d6. Unbelievable, this rook c7. Almost checkmate in the middle of the board. Crazy. This is just insane because usually this never happens. Let's go with the move b7, I think. Because in case we check, there is king on d8, and I don't see how to win the position. So let's go with the move b7 to put the pawn on the 7th rank. Cannot be a bad idea. Now we have the simple move, knight on d6, knight e5, knight on g5, and then followed by the move rook c8. This should give us, I guess, a victory here. Still, there is this knight on d7. Yes, it's being played. How can we win the current position? I think knight on g5 is looking like the right decision. Is it the right decision? I think so. Let's go, because we have this knight on e6 next. But maybe it's not the right decision because there is this king e7 now. I could have played knight e5, but that's just maybe a draw. So, king on e7. Can I win the game, or is it still okay for black? This would be unbelievable if this is still okay for black. Incredible, yeah. Maybe it's still okay for black. He's getting this king on d6 next. Unreal. How this can be still okay for black. I don't see something better than to play rook c6. So maybe we will be able to grab the pawn. But how can this be okay for black? What a play by our opponent. Because he was capable of defending from all the threats. And maybe black is just fine here. Unbelievable. I would never think that something like this is possible, so let's take the pawn. We're gonna take another pawn on h7 next. We are doing better. I think he had the option of playing knight f8 before to hold the game, but now we are doing better because we're gonna grab the pawn here on h7. So pawn up position for white. We are doing better. Of course, far from over. The pawn here, in theory, could be dangerous, but maybe we can catch the pawn. Let's bring the knight back. Very little time on the clock. I have to play faster. Rook on d6 somewhere. Now let's play knight f3. So we try to get back with our pieces. And should we play? What should we play here? Maybe rook e7, just trying to grab the pawn. King d6, we're gonna take it, so it feels this should be a win. This should be a win, because in worst case, we're gonna give the knight for the d-pawn. Still some winning chances for white, but it's not so easy for black to get the d2 pawn moving. So let's go with the move. Okay, this should be an easy win, I guess. Just block it, and then we're gonna run with the pawn, and it should be a win. Our pawn is very, very quick here. He can catch it. This would be unbelievable in case he's capable of catching the h-pawn. This would be just crazy, so let's go back. Then we play the move h6, g4. So, oh, h6, we cannot do h6. We have to play very careful here. King f1 first. And then we give... How is it possible? I missed the move. Oh, we're gonna lose the game now. This is amazing. What a mistake by me. We're completely lost. No, but this is a joke. This is a joke to lose a game like that. Completely winning position, and now we're gonna just lose the game. No. Yeah. No winning position. What did I do to lose the game like that? Yeah. We have to resign. What a mistake in an easy winning endgame already after a crazy game. Finally, I lose, but okay. It's like I almost self-lose. Knight on e3, big mistake. Okay, just play the move h6 and it is over. Because, okay, the 3 pawns are gonna march towards queen and that's it. Why do I play the move knight on e3? Because I thought I will be back with the king, but what I have missed is that in case of knight on d1, we have the check on d4, and I'm gonna lose the knight on d1 now, so huge error in completely winning position, because 3 pawns is an easy win. No luck today. No luck today. What to do? Next game. Next game. So yeah. What to do? It was an interesting game, I think. We had a winning position. And then, yeah. In the end, big blunder, and we lose the game. Happens. But our opponent played extremely well for some period of time. And then, finally, we had a winning position, and then, yeah. Huge blunder. What to do? In case you like my stream, in case you like my comments, of course, like, subscribe. Join VChess for educational chess content. We have a lot of different things. As well, we have a beautiful app on the market, so you can try it out if you wish. BC, we take to the center. Now let's go with the move e5. So, what do we have? Yeah, I see the comment, a checkmate in the middle of the board to losing. Yeah, this is what sometimes happens in chess. Chess is a brutal game. I think chess is one of the most brutal games, because in case, let's say you are playing soccer, you are leading 3-0, you're not gonna lose the match. But in chess, you can be completely winning. For example, as in the last game, we have the 3 pass pawns, so we are completely winning, and just one wrong move and that's it. Yeah, chess is brutal. So queen on d3, defending the knight on c3. We can still take it. Probably white is gonna take with the pawn, so maybe we should do it later. So we keep this d5 option as well. And let's go with the short castle. Castle short side first, a3. I'm not sure if this is the right decision, because still we take the bishop c3, so now there is a short castle on the board, so it's like an extra tempo for black. I think white should not have done this, but still, it's a playable position. So, can we go with the move d5? This is a question now. Take, bishop takes, rook on d8. He's gonna take our rook on e8. So, I think we should not let this happen. d6, possible. Rook on d1, rook on d8 to be first safe, but then there is this bishop g5 move and queen e7, f4. Not sure. Not sure if I should do that. Okay, d5 would give more or less an equal game immediately because we have this opposite color bishop positions which are more or less equal, but it would be good to get something more than just equal here. Maybe to play rook to d8, but I don't like this bishop g5 so much, so very difficult to get a better play here with a black piece. Is very difficult. What should we play here? I think I have to push d5, so this is just feels like the right thing to do. And he's gonna take because there is nothing else. This is obvious. And next we have to think. We have to think how to try to get a playable position here, because otherwise it is just a draw. So this is forced. He's gonna take, most probably. So now I have this option of bishop a6. c4 is not possible because we're gonna take it. So bishop on a6, queen is going to take, and knight takes d5. Can I play the current position for a win? Objectively speaking, it should be still pretty equal, but to play this position for a win is also very, very difficult. I think this is just a draw, opposite color bishops, so I cannot get some kind of attacking chances. At least I don't see how, so it's gonna be just a draw. That's why maybe we will try the move bishop on a6. Objectively speaking, once again, this is as well completely equal position. Oh, I have missed bishop f7. Ooh. Missing easy tactics today. I am not in good shape today. Missing very easy things. I am in bad shape today. How to miss one move tactic here? I didn't think at all about the bishop f7. I'm in poor shape. Poor shape today. What to do? Sometimes good shape, sometimes not. So happens. So he did not see that, luckily for us. So now everything is fine again, but white could have taken on f7. I completely missed this one move tactic. Lucky that our opponent has missed it as well. So yeah, sometimes you have a day when you are not in your perfect shape, and then it's so easy to miss. Welcome to everyone to our channel. So here on VChess we do chess educational content. I hope you're enjoying my comments. Like, subscribe in case you do, and join us on the VChess community. So queen on d3, knight takes c3. Can I take the pawn? I think I can, because I have to double check now. I made so big blunders in the current game already. I missed the move bishop f7 and the previous no comment to lose with 3 passed pawns. So I have to be more careful now, because it seems like not in good shape today, missing the easy things. We have to go away with a knight, because rook c8 is also possible, of course, to keep the pressure on the c file, but I think it's gonna be just more or less a draw in a rook endgame. I don't think we can do something about it, so let's run away with a knight, because we know that queen and knight is a very strong combo once we get to the white king. So the idea for black is now somehow to regroup. So knight on b6, maybe knight on c4 next, and try slowly to bring the pieces into the attack. Knight on a4 doing bad, so I think I have to play knight on b6, giving opportunity for this bishop a5. But we can do nothing against it, so after bishop to a5, it's gonna be very close to equal, but it's a fight. So, rook on d1, he does not change the knight. I think it is a mistake, because it was white. I think he should have played the move bishop on a5. It would be just more easy to play the position with the white pieces in case the knight is gone. Now we have this option of knight on c4, so we have a beautiful knight. Not so easy for white to get rid of the knight on c4. Next move is gonna be something like h6 or h5, so we try to make the 8th ring as safe as possible. And yeah, we hope to be a little better now. So, rook on d3. Good move by our opponent. There is rook on c3 as well. He tries to double on the d file, makes perfect sense. Rook c3, not so dangerous because we have the move rook on c8, so I believe I have the option of playing the move a5. Attacking the bishop on b4. The bishop has not so many good squares to go, so in case we can hunt away the bishop to e1, obviously this is a big achievement. So if we can make it happen, let's see. Bishop on e1 will be quite poorly positioned. Bishop on e1. Okay, so the first stage is done. We have here the better knight on c4 against the worst bishop on e1. The second stage here would be to bring our knight and queen towards the white king on g1, because knight and queen very good in the attack, so we should try to get some attacking chances. Maybe it is to play the move e4. Is it? Maybe not a bad decision. So let's try with the move e4. We are attacking the rook on d3, so I would like for white to decide if white wants to take on d8. We're gonna control the d file, which is pretty good. In case of rook to c3, we will play simple move rook c8, defending the knight on c4, and once again we control the d file. And that's why e4 played. Maybe also we might be able somewhere to play the move e3. So let's see if this is going to work, to play e3 and then to attack the king on g1. So this is our strategy, having knight and queen on the board. All right, as expected, we control the knight on c4. Quite unpleasant pin, but how to make use out of this pin for white, not so clear, so I think we're fine. Next step. What is the idea of the move a4? I don't know. So let's play with the move h6, because we have to make maybe a couple of moves to be a little bit careful here. Or maybe it is better to play the move rook to d5, and let's go with a mating attack. Is it time for a mating attack? Maybe. Let's go with the move rook to d5. And let's see what happens next. We have also the option always of playing rook to c5 just to be safe here. Protecting the pawn just in case. And next we should be pushing a rook to b1. Oh, little trick here. Rook takes c4 because the 8th rank is so weak. So let's go with the move h5. Is it the way to play? I think so. h5. No tricks here. Next we're gonna play h4, and then we're gonna get into the attack. Ooh, f3. I don't think this is a good play, because now the king is gonna be even more open. So now the position of white is getting very, very dangerous, I think. We have here the check on a7, but it doesn't help us much. We can play the move e3, but then there is this bishop g3 maybe. So we should be more dynamic. Actually, bishop g3 not so dangerous, so maybe this is a good move. To have a pass pawn, usually good. To take here on f3 also is looking good. So we have two options, which are looking nice. What should we do here? Maybe e3. Let's go with the move e3. But to have a pass pawn, which is protected by the knight on c4, is usually a good thing. So e3, in theory, maybe somewhere the move e2 followed by the move rook to d1 is looking very, very well. So let's see, bishop g3 as we expected. Now let's go the move queen on c6. Where to put the queen? Here or here? Maybe also there's a move queen on d7. Yeah, this is also nice because he cannot take the knight on c4, or can he? Is it possible to take? Maybe he can. So let's go with the move queen on c6 maybe first. We keep the option of playing queen on c5 in case we need it. And also we keep the option of playing rook c5 just in case, to keep this pressure here on the c file protected. So rook c5. I would like to switch to the king side, so I would like to get my queen somehow on, maybe on g6 in the future. And of course we have to calculate straight away moves like e2 followed by the move rook to d1. For the moment he has missed just a checkmate, so we are winning now with black pieces. Queen b7 is a huge arrow, and like we always do here on the channel, once we have a easy winning combination, there is this f, boom. So we crush all the pieces. I give you 10 seconds to think for yourself how you can win the current game. Black is just winning. This is a big blunder by our opponent. So we have now winning continuation. Think a little bit for yourself. 10 more seconds and then I'm going to show you the win. So we are winning, taking the queen. Rook has to take. And now we have here the checkmate on the first ring. So quite interesting. He wanted to check us on the last ring, and finally we checkmated him on the last ring. Alright, let's go immediately with the next game. Let's start the next game. In case you like my comments, like and subscribe. Join us on VChess. We try to make a nice chess content, educational chess content, and we have many different things that are coming up. Knight of 3 g3. Let's go again with a Reti setup or King's Indian setup. Bishop on g2, short castle, very normal. Black is good thinking, we go short castle. Now we go e4 eventually. Then we are sort of back in some strange Sicilian. Maybe let's go with the move c4 because it feels strange. Sicilian with the move bishop g2, knight of 3. It's possible to play, nothing wrong with that, but not the best, not the best. Of course, in the previous game we could have given a check first and take the queen. It would make not a big difference. Welcome everyone who is new to VChess. I hope you're enjoying. I hope you have a great day. We play here some chess games. We try to understand the chess games a little bit, and of course we try to enjoy the beautiful game of chess. So we have pretty symmetrical position, as you can see. Almost a perfect symmetry. So let's say if he goes knight of 6, I plays a move d3. This would be a perfect symmetry. Maybe he wants to switch from symmetrical position to something else, because in case of knight of 6, for example, I have the move d4. This is what white usually does. So we have the move bishop e6 played. We see that our opponent, he does not like to continue playing the symmetrical stuff. Bishop on e6, not a bad move, but sometimes not the best. The idea is probably to play queen c8 followed by the move bishop h3. No, this was not his idea, because usually bishop e6 is being played with the idea of queen on c8 and bishop h3. Now we have the option of playing the move knight on g5, which looks pretty decent. Bishop has to go here to f5, and then we can try this e4, f4 continuation. So let's go for it. We attack the bishop here. If the bishop goes back to d7, immediately we're going to play the move f4. So we're going to get some kind of strange position on the board. But it's going to be an interesting position to play, so let's try. Let's see what happens next. So I see a very funny comment. Let me suggest moves so I can tell my friend GM needed my help, yeah? This is funny. But I think it's a very, very good thing to improve the game. You can think for yourself, and then you hear my comments, you see the moves, and I think this is an easy way to improve. Not just to watch the games like a cinema or wait to give some comment, but just to participate for yourself to get better. F4, a rare structure. So objectively speaking, this structure is not the best. So this is important to know. This is not like a fantastic new idea for white. No, absolutely not. Black is doing fine here, but it's gonna be a very interesting structure because we could do that only because we had this knight g5 with a tempo, so the bishop had to go back. This is why we had the option of playing this move f4. Now idea is to play the move e4. Yes, we block our bishop on g2, but we would like to get this f5 done next. So we will try to checkmate the black king, which probably will be short castle very, very shortly. Not easy to checkmate. Again, this is not objectively the best for white. I'm sure that black is doing fine here, but it is something very interesting. So just a new position for us to play on, to have a bit more funny games. a6 followed by the move b5 next. Yes, this is making excellent sense. Perfect sense. We can go f5 immediately, or maybe we can get the knight on d5. Maybe also we should prevent the move b5. Is it working to play somewhere the move e5, take c6, take e5, but then queen on d4 check, so we cannot push the e5 immediately. Actually quite pity, because it feels nice to play the move e5, but I don't think it works. We have a problem here. b5 coming next, so probably I will have to take, so I need to get ready for attacking here with the white pieces. e5 idea is very interesting now. How can I make it work? How can I make the e5 idea work? Not easy. Can I go immediately? e5 doesn't feel well, so let me go king h1. I would like to sacrifice eventually next with the move e5, because the king is still on e8, so once he's castling short side, I think this is what should happen next. Maybe we will still play the move f5, or we're gonna play the move a4 just to block this b5 idea, because b5 feels just so unpleasant. He will get immediately a strong play on the b file. We should avoid that. Let me read the chat a little bit. So let me read what we have here. Can we play the move e5? Let's go. Maybe with the move e5, but maybe first to take. I don't know. Take or e5 immediately. Let's maybe... I don't know where is the difference, so maybe let's take first, and then we're gonna push e5 and we go crazy. So e5, let's go. Probably black is going to take. We're gonna take, knight takes, and the idea is to go bishop f4. So we have here this very unpleasant pin. So let me read what do we have in the chat. No questions in the chat. All right. So take. Probably he will take now on e5, and we play the move bishop f4. So I think black has to take. There is nothing else than to take, and we have here the pin. So I hope that my ideas here with a pin might give to white enough compensation. We are currently pawn down, but this is what we wanted to get in this kind of game. Very, very dangerous pin, obviously, here. I think with black, maybe the best is just to play knight c6 back to give up the exchange, because to play knight on g4 is looking very, very dangerous in my opinion. I will go just with the move h3, and after knight h6, I don't know, so many options, or maybe I should take first f7, I don't know. I don't know, let's calculate. Knight on g4, what can I do next with the white pieces? Yellow arrows, yeah, maybe just for PC, I don't know. I push the right button and I get the yellow arrow. Let's see. Knight g4 looks pretty forced because knight h5. Okay, I'm gonna take. Oh, he gives me the exchange. Yeah, this is what we could expect. He plays not knight on c6, but knight on g4 makes also perfect sense. Just the question is h3. Where the knight goes? Knight h6 probably. Okay, I think I should take it. This is step number one. We take the bishop, the rook on b8. There is knight on e3. I saw it, but I think that I can play queen on e2. And in case black takes, we're just gonna remove the bishop back and then we're gonna win the knight. So we're gonna be eventually with a piece up. So yeah, he takes. This is normal. And what we do next? Very aggressive knight on d5. Continue playing crazy, or should we consolidate with the move queen on e2? Looks like a decent decision here. So go crazy or solid? I think we can play this move, knight on d5, a bit more aggressive. We try to use the moment that the king is still on e8. The position of the black king on e8 is very unsafe. This is why I saw that he should have castled already quite some time ago. Now you see that we have a lot of different tricks here, trying to use the moment that the king is still on e8. Very tricky position, obviously. So let me read a little bit what we have in the chat. Recommendation for 1500 to 1700. Well, always I think just do some tactics and you will improve very, very quick. I think a lot of people are just too lazy. They're searching for some easy magic trick instead of working a little bit for yourself. So it's like someone with an overweight says, I'm too lazy to go to run, I still want to eat the burgers and I want to lose the weight. So I need a magic pill. I think the easiest solution is just to eat less and eventually do some sports. So the same with chess. To improve, you have to work, and for sure, in case you have 1500, 1700, with some work, you're gonna get way better than this. This is out of question. So yeah. Short castle. Okay, now we can maybe take the pawn on e7. Is it possible to take the pawn? Maybe we can. I think I should, no? Just the pawn here. The problem is it will be not so easy for us to get back, but I think I should take the pawn because it looks like we just took a free pawn. Now maybe queen on d2 to get the pieces into the game. There is some crazy knight h2 sacrifice, by the way, somewhere. We have to be careful with this knight h2 because then there's knight on g4 check and then taking g3. Still, we have so many pieces extra. I think queen on d2 may be a good move. To get the last piece into the game is for sure the right choice. So here is knight takes f7 somewhere. It will be a checkmate, so black cannot move the rook from f8. It's a mess on the chessboard, but I think we have better chances here. Of course, not easy, not easy everything here. H6. Makes sense to get rid of the knight, so there will be no more knight f7. We can go back. And then there is something like rook e8 we're gonna take, so this is okay. So let's go back, I think, or f3. Position is so difficult to play because many options here, so let's go back to e4. Not sure it is the best, maybe we should have gone to f3. On the other hand, we have full exchange up, so we have material up. Once you are material up, usually to change something is not a bad idea. So the queen goes to h5, but then we have the defense by playing the move h3. We are doing well here there, so let's maybe take or not take. I think we can take. Probably black will take with the bishop, I guess so. And we're gonna play the move rook to e1 or h3. I don't know, or knight on d5 also looks pretty decent. But I would like to keep the knight on e7, so maybe I'm gonna play the move rook e1, because again, it feels just so good to bring the pieces into the game. And it cannot be a bad move in case we have a passive rook and the rook is getting more active now on e1, so it cannot be a bad decision. Now we should play the move h3 as we wanted. I think so, but maybe bishop f3 is even better, but to get this queen on g2. Difficult to say, so complex everything. Let's go with the move h3. Is there some checkmate to the white king on h1? I think not yet, and we have a clear material advantage, so if we survive here, then white should have very good winning chances. Bishop on d4. Still a lot of threats around the white king, but nothing direct, so maybe we should play queen f4. I don't know if this is the right choice. The bishop is here, very good. Maybe rook on f4, trying to do some tactics. Is this the way to play the current position? I like the move rook f4, so let's play it. For the moment there is no knight f2, so this is good. Eventually we're gonna sacrifice the rook on d4 in case we need it to get rid of the strongest piece on the board, but of course I would only sacrifice in case I'm gonna win something immediately. So till then we have no reason to sacrifice. We have ideas like b4 taking on c5. So rook on e8. This is a mistake. Now we have oh, maybe we don't. Let me double check it, because I thought we have here a beautiful move. I think we have here a beautiful win for white. I don't see a defense for black, so try to think for yourself, but I think we have a winning move, if I'm not mistaken. I'm quite confident. Yeah, we have here a winning continuation for white. I hope you found it. I gave you a little bit of time to think here. We have a win. So I will play the move now. Let's see who of you found the winning continuation. It is to play knight on g6 check. So here we will take now the pawn on g6. I hope I am correct. Knight takes g6. Why we do that? Because now we're gonna take the rook on e8. The bishop has to take, and we just simply take on the knight on g4, and that's it. That's it. We took the strongest piece. We are exchange up, so black can basically resign the game. We had beautiful tactic. Little tactic, but quite a nice one. Nice tactics to win the game. Now there is no more hope for black, so I think the game is done. Still queen f6 been played, but objectively speaking, obviously to save a game like that, there is very, very little chance, because exchange up is a big advantage. Plus, king is very, very safe here, so we have all the time in the world to find the right strategy to win the game. I think we can just attack the queen. Next, we're gonna be maybe very safe here with king on h2, or we're gonna try to change the queens to get into a winning endgame. Queen on g5. I think I wanted to go king here, but maybe there is bishop on e5, but then we have the move queen e1. We can also play the move queen e1 immediately, or queen on e2 immediately. Both is looking good. What should we do here? I think maybe queen on e2 or e1. I don't know where is the difference. So let's go queen e1, because just I think it does not matter. We are trying to get the bishop on e8. There is no hope. There is no hope for black in this position. Rook takes f7 is looking like a winning decision now, and I think we should do it. We take the pawn on f7, and that's it. Yeah, our opponent loses on time, but I think the position is also a complete win. So yeah, this was an interesting game, crazy game, and finally we won it, but it was a crazy game. Let's go with the next opponent. I see in the chat, please opening book advice for 200 elo. So in case you're just the beginner, we have nice books in our bookstore, so check them out. It is PDF for download. We have, for example, Journey to the Chess Kingdom, a very nice book for beginners, so you can just download. Let me read the chat a little bit more. Do you think for the beginner who starts playing chess should play first e4 rather than first d4, because e4 is more open position and tactical than d4 more close positions? I think in case you're a beginner, it does not matter. So openings does not matter in case you're a beginner. It makes no difference if you play e4 or d4. From my experience, usually most beginners are playing the first move e4, so this is more common to play first move e4, but I think it makes no big difference. In case you are starting your chess journey, don't do openings. Openings are making no sense, so don't do openings in case you're a beginner. Openings only matter in case you're already 1800, 2000. This is the first time when you should do openings. Before that, it does not matter. All you hear that do openings and you will become much better. This is nonsense. This is only for very strong chess players. This is not for even amateur club level players. So in case you want to do openings, you must be already very, very good. Before that, it makes no sense to do openings. Okay, let's go back to the game. We have here very, very solid structure by black. It might be a little bit better for white, but we're doing just so solid. Usually h6 is a good way to play, not to have here the move knight h4, knight on e5, knight on d7, all is pretty standard. e4, not sure in the move e4, because now we have the move bishop h7, so the bishop is getting stronger when white plays the move e4. h3, very positional way to play the current position. I think I can just take and play knight on d7. This is typical. Position should be approximately equal. I can also take here, should be at least equal. So I don't know. Let's take on e4. Why not? Let's take on e4. So in case knight takes, obviously this is a nice position for black. He takes with a knight, yeah. Maybe he tries to make a draw with white, or not sure why he does it. So let's take or take here. In both cases, black is having just a great play here. So take, then knight on c5, or take queen f5. Okay, let's play easy moves maybe, or more complex move. I don't know, easy or complex? This is the question. both is quite good here for black. Let's take, because I think we might get a chance to get a little better here with the black pieces. No risk, no nothing, just a slightly better position. Maybe knight on d5 was the better choice. I don't know. Both is looking very good, so we just simply take, and then we have this queen a5 next. So winning a tempo. Bishop is under attack, then winning another tempo with the move rook to d8. So we win 2 tempos, which is of course very good for black in case we are winning just tempos for free. And then we have the bishop here on h7. It looks like a passive bishop, but the bishop on g2 is not better against the pawn on c6. So we have both not the best bishops on the board. But I will be able maybe to control the d file, which gives to black some small edge. Not much, but a little better. Obviously, again, this is not so much, yeah. This is position that is maybe a little better for black, not more than that. So let's go rook to d8. We are attacking the queen as we wanted, all according to the plan. And we try to get the little bit better play here. Queen on g4, not dangerous, because we have the move bishop f8. So we're defending the pawn on g7, we try to get the rook to d2. Our idea is very simple, we try to get the d file under control with white. White should not forget that the pawn on a2 is pretty weak here, because let's say white would try to fight for the d file, we're just gonna take, and there is no rook takes because the pawn is hanging here. So queen on a5, a beautiful piece. It looks like slightly better position for black, and then this is what we want. We try to dominate the d file, the only open file, so in case we manage to be strong on the d file, then it's gonna be a clear small advantage for black. Not much, of course, but little. So the next move might be rook to d7, rook d8, queen goes back. So the idea is simple, rook to d2, we have here bishop c3, which saves the day for white. How can we capture the d file? Because there is still no rook to d1 because we're gonna take it, so we have like a free move now. But we have to use it smart, the free move. So rook d7, there's maybe a4 coming next. Maybe we should get bishop a3, which would be a good change for black. But is it enough to win the game? Small advantage, might be too small. What else can we do here? I think bishop a3 is looking logical, so let me play the move. Does it work? I think it does. Maybe there is something. No, I think it does. So let me play the move bishop a3. Because to change the bishops is a good idea. Long run, we get the bishop back into the game. And we're gonna be a little bit better with the black pieces. So to change the bishop is good. Just the bishop can eventually run away. But let's see. Let's see. To have the bishop on c3. Maybe gives to black some chances. Let's say I go queen on c5, so we have a little bit of pressure here, or I go bishop b4. Let's go first bishop b4. I just want to check if he takes or he goes bishop b2. So he took. Now we have the first stage is done. We're doing a little bit better. Now the second stage, we have to win control over the d file. So how to do that? How to control the d file here? I don't think he can take, or yeah, because then I will go rook to d2. Maybe he can take. Hard to say, hard to say. We can go with the move e5. We can also try the move g5. g5 not so bad because we are acting against the rook d8, rook d8, rook to d1. So what should I do here? Maybe g5. On the other hand, also e5 looks pretty logical, I think. Just to block the bishop there forever. I think e5. e5 is the move probably to play in the current position. So let's go with the move e5. So idea is simple. Now we're gonna put the pawns on the dark squares. So we're gonna have a way better bishop. And the idea... Oh, he gives us the pawn e4. Or he doesn't because there is a move c3. Very, very tricky guy. So let's go with the move rook to d2 now. Or do we miss something? I think we can play the move rook on d2. Looks like a good move. Because I cannot take on d1. This is the problem. In case I take with the bishop on e4, there is this move c3. So we are not capable of doing that. That's why let's play the move rook on d2. We are dominating on the dark squares. Next could be f6, then king f8, then bishop on g8. So we bring the bishop into the game. And this endgame might be slightly better for black. Again, not much, obviously. But it might be a slightly better position because we have the better bishop and because eventually we control the d file, which is super important. So for white to get rid of this d file, white will need to do something special. So no easy moves will be good here for white, because in case of c3 we have the move queen to d6 and we control the d file. So he changes. Well, this endgame also not the most pleasant endgame in the world, I think. So let's go for this endgame. I think now the idea for white is to play the move b4, but we can go c5 and this structure is so bad. On the other hand, can we get the king to d4? I run, he runs, I run, he runs. King d6, king e3, king b4. Also not looking bad. So let's go. Let's go first with the king or c5. Both is looking very promising, I think. Let's go first with the king to d6, f4. Okay, this is alright. Also to take on f4 is looking good. Take to play the move g5, but I don't know if I should do that, so let's go with the move f6. Let's improve the position of the king. Let's go with the move c5. And now the question, we have to find a way to break through here. And there might be some breakthrough. So let's see. He goes with the move h4. Now I have a serious chance of taking, but I don't know if this is a win. Take, and then to go g5. But I think it is too early to play that. So maybe let's go with the move king d6 first. We have the option of bishop on g8 followed by the move a5, a4. This position, it looks like it is a draw, but believe me, it is way harder to achieve a draw here than it looks. So we have here the pressure. Bishop on c8. Well, this is not the most dangerous move. Let's go with the move b5. So we are slowly advancing. Not much is going on the king side, and as you can see, this moves a5, a4 might be almost deadly at some point. Or we're gonna move the king over here to the square b4. Plus we have eventually some ideas to do something on the king side. So white is under very heavy pressure here. To save the game is not gonna be an easy task. Ooh, I have the choice even to take with the king here. He would like to go bishop a6, but also this is looking like a very unpleasant position. But maybe we should not give him this bishop a6, or should I give? Or should we give him this? I think we can take with the king. How he's going to save the game? I think we should take with the king, because I don't see how to save the game for white here, so we just take. With the king on e5, now also most of the pawn on games are going to be lost. I think this is looking slowly like a winning endgame, so of course, let's see what happens next, but it looks like a very good position here for black. For example, bishop c4, I think we can just grab it and that's it. So this is going to be a win. The next move is g5 eventually. So we have the full control on the dark squares, and this is what we wanted for so long, to control the dark squares. So we're doing it. Our strategy is fulfilling itself. You remember, maybe for those of you who are watching this current game from the very early begin, we had the strategy to get the better bishop against the worse bishop. So this is what we managed to do, to get the better bishop against the worse bishop. And now we try to win the game. So we had a good strategy, and maybe we will be lucky enough to win the game because of the strategy we had. So it's so important to have the good strategy and then try to execute it. Of course, still far from over, not easy to see if this is a win or this is a draw, but I think we can play this position for quite a while, and we have several ways of trying to win the game. For example, here, very dangerous play by my opponent, because I think we can go FG. And now we're gonna get the H pawn. Let me read the comments for a little bit. If you have some expert comment, I see that this is a draw in case both players play good. How do you know that? How do you know that, man? If this is a draw, obviously you must be incredibly strong player, maybe top 10 in the world. So bishop on e6, idea, bishop g4, and we move. So white is under heavy pressure here, very big pressure, because we keep two ideas in mind, is to play the move a4 and simultaneously the idea of playing the move h5, which is very, very dangerous. So let's go with the move bishop g4, I guess, now, because we have the option of playing h5. It's not gonna run away from us, so just in case we keep this extra option here also, just to be very sneaky with our bishop. Bishop on b5, I think it's time to push, so let's do it. h4 is coming next, so we play the move h4. Next, in case the white king moves, we're gonna get... Ooh, we have two options now. We have the option of getting the a2 pawn, might be winning. We have the option of getting the a2 pawn like that, looks also winning. And we can, of course, just play the simple move king f4, which also looks winning. So many winning options. Let's calculate a little bit. The bishop goes here, king here, we go here, king goes here, here, take, take. Next move a4, so it is resignation. It seems like this is just a win. So also this is looking like a win. Also this is looking like a win. This, then bishop f3, and the pawn just promotes. What is the easiest win here for black? No idea, but I think we calculated that this is just a winning position, so we should go for it. Once you calculate a line and you're sure in your calculation, just go for it. As you can see, we had the strategy dark squares versus the light squares. White has all the pawns on the light on the color of the bishop, which is usually not the thing what white should do. And we're using now bishop c2, bishop b1, bishop a2, a4. So our strategy seems like is coming true. So we are able eventually to win the game. Very nice, very, very nice to win a game like that, because it's so good when you have a strategy in a very early stage of the game. And this is what I told you when we've been like maybe move 15, that one day we're gonna have the better bishop against the worst bishop, and it comes true. It feels so good because sometimes chess is all about the tactics, but sometimes it is so good when you have a good plan, and this plan is coming true. So this makes you happy. Let's see what happens next. I don't see a defense here for white. The next move, simple bishop on c2, bishop on b1, we take, and next is a move a4. So it looks like a winning position. Let's see. King goes. We have here bishop on c2. We have bishop on b1. And we're gonna take. Next move is the move a4. And that's it, I think. That's it. There is no way to stop the move a4, so we play it. And I think with the move a4, we are winning the game. Next move is a3, and in case white is taking on a4, there is bishop takes, c4, dc, and the move b3, and that's it. So, takes, we're gonna take. Now b3. We are quitting earlier, and we are winning the current game. So, quite a nice game. Quite a nice game, I think. Quite educational as well. Good strategy, and yeah, beautiful end of the game. I hope you liked my comments, and of course, like and subscribe to VChess. We have a lot of educational stuff here going on the channel. Let's go with the next one. Let's see who will be our next opponent. We are black, playing against 2400 from the US. Let's go with the move c6, so we have the Caro-Kann defense on the board. Alright, let me read a little bit the chat because it's so difficult to read, to talk, and to play simultaneously. So, what do we have in the chat? I see a question. Do you coach? Yes, sometimes. In case you would like to know more, please send us an email to our official email address. So, Egg Pianist is trying to show off 3K. Yeah, this is nice. So, Egg Pianist, it's for sure not a drawish game, but it's alright to write your opinion, of course. But I think you can still learn something from the games. Yeah, not much is going on here. Not much is going on here. So, knight on d2. We have the Caro-Kann with the move d3. e5 is the normal way to play the position. Knight on f3, normal. And knight on d7. Solid move, defending the pawn on e5, so we have very normal play. Knight f6, next bishop to d6, very normal position out of opening. This is like basically black is playing white because we have a little bit more control over the center. So rook e1, normal. Rook on e8, I think, is also normal. So we have here a very typical play. I see a question in the chat. Have you ever played against Blitzstream? Who is Blitzstream? I don't know if I have played him, but who is the guy? Do you have the name? So yeah. Okay, so let's stay in the game. Let's try to enjoy the beautiful game of chess. h3, h6. Just to show him that in case he is playing the little moves, I can do the little moves as well. h6, in theory, somewhere bishop g5, far away. So it's alright. So yeah. Blitzstream is a French streamer. Yeah. Now I know of who you're talking, but he is, of course, a professional streamer. He's not a chess player. So it would be just not a fair competition. So Blitzstream is a professional streamer in French language. He's actually very good, Blitzstream, but he does it all in French. I know the guy. Good guy. He is having excellent stream, but he's not a chess player. So he is, let's say, quite good, but he is not a professional chess player. So yeah. What do we have here? This kind of Philidor structure a4. All right, so both sides are playing a very, very safe game, as you can see. Very, very safe. And next we have typical knight f8, knight on g6, for example. We can also get the knight on c5, which is also looking typical. Queen c7 is something very, very normal for the current positions. For example, this move is very normal. Or to play the move b6. I like to get b6, bishop on a6. So let's continue with the move b6. Let me read if I give lessons. Yes, I do. I told you already. Send us an official email in case you have a serious request, because I'm getting so many requests, but it's all basically not serious. If you are serious, then we can talk, but most people are just asking because they're bored. So, take, then there is some question, what has been my peak? My peak was, I have been in the top 20 in the world, so it was 2737, I think. Do I watch some streamers like Blunderman? No, I'm not watching Blunderman, obviously. So, some serious questions? Not yet, not yet. Okay, so let's go back to the game. We can take with a knight or we can take with a bishop. So what is better here? I don't know. Both is looking possible, but I think to take with a knight is looking pretty good here. Beautiful knight. So in theory, again, we're playing white as black. It feels like we have more space. It feels that we have a beautiful pieces here in the center. Bishop on b4 is coming next. Knight on c5 is coming next. I think we can be happy here with the current stage of the game. Black is doing slightly better. I would say maybe it's possible to equalize here with white, but black is having an excellent position. So, bishop on b4 as we planned. Beautiful bishop here. I could have gone also bishop c7, nothing wrong with the bishop c7 move, but I think why not to put the bishop to b4. Nice. Rook is under attack, so white has to play something, and we should try to be eventually some tactical ideas. Take, knight on c5, followed by the knight on b3 continuation, but maybe this is not the best. In case I go knight on c5 immediately, white is gonna take. And can white take the pawn on e5? This is a question we have to calculate here so precisely, because it might be good for black. Because we have the queen d5 check, so knight on c5, take. Now, in case knight c takes e5, can I take d3? I have f6, knight goes back. Is it a better position, or this is just stupid with that because I have more easy solutions, like for example to play f6 here? Nothing wrong with that, or to play queen f6. Yeah, this is just stupid to go for such a complex position when we have easy solutions. We should not do that. Queen to f6. So take, knight takes e5. Some tactical way to be okay for white. Maybe we have to be careful here. I saw that should be easily to protect the pawn on e5, but not so easy. Not so easy, actually. So maybe f6 is still the best, but then there is this move d4, we have the move e4, so also not so easy, by the way. There is also bishop takes b4, followed by the move knight on d6. Well, we have to be very careful, by the way. We have to be here very careful. It looked like a great position for black, but out of nowhere, all these tricks now for white. Wow. Okay, let's go with the move queen on f6, because it feels like the right move to play. We're defending from this bishop takes b4, controlling the square on d6. This feels just the right way to play. We would like to play rook on d8, followed by the move knight on c5. It also feels just like the right choice. I'm not 100% sure what happens in case, let's say, take, and then we have this knight e5. I don't think that black can be worse there, but I'm not sure that I'm better. This is the thing. It felt like we should be better in the current position, because the pieces are just so well placed, but maybe we're not, so let's see. Let's see what happens next. I think next couple of moves will be decisive, that we can say maybe black is doing a little better or maybe white is perfectly fine. So next couple of moves will tell us more about it. Maybe queen f6 would have been not the best. Maybe first to take actually on d2, queen takes, and queen f6 next would be better. But I wanted just not to give him this kind of tempo to bring the pieces into the game. So maybe I wished too much, but let's see. Let's see what happens next. White is under pressure, so my opponent has to find a way to equalize in the current position. In case he doesn't find a direct way to equalize, it's not gonna be easy. So let's see. Let me read the chat for a second. What do we have in the chat? Already move rook on c1 is being played, so I think it's a bit too slow. It's a bit too slow, that's why probably we're doing better now. Just let's get the rook to d8, so powerful, the rook on d8. Next, the pawn on d3 most probably will be falling, so rook on c1 feels a bit too slow. He should have tried something very dynamic because it was a chance to do something, and now it feels all pretty safe for black. So we're gonna play knight on c5 in the right moment, and it's gonna be very, very difficult for white. That's why I think after rook to d8, we are pretty happy here with the position. So queen on e2. He is putting the queen versus the rook on e8. It can be a good idea, but it can be also a very bad idea. Is it possible just to take on d2? I think not a bad decision. Or should we play like ultra safe king f8 somewhere? But because the pawn might be hanging, so let's take. Let's take the bishop on d2. And let's decide after we take on d2 what we are going to play next. Knight takes, so here is this kind of little pressure. I thought I should be able to play the move knight on c5 now, but maybe I made a mistake, but maybe not. Here we have a beautiful combination, so take a look at this. Knight on c5, knight takes e5, and knight f4. A beautiful trick. I think it works, but let's see. Not 100% sure. Let's see if I'm correct in my calculations, because it's a very, very beautiful trick. Of course, in case of knight e5, we don't need to play this knight f4. Oh, okay, he did not see the trick maybe, so he plays just the move knight e4 to be safe. So we take it. And let's see if the bishop is gonna take or eventually the pawn is gonna take. In both cases, in my opinion, we're doing slightly better. In case bishop takes, the pawn on d3 is a weakness, and in case the pawn takes, then once again we have the better bishop against the worse bishop. So in both cases, slight advantage for white, in my opinion. Game obviously far from over. I would say just the beginning of the game, because slight advantage does not really matter. So let's see. Let's see what happens next. e4, he takes. So now knight on b4, and I think it's visible now. Good bishop on b7 against not so good bishop on g2. So it reminds a little bit on the previous game, by the way, no? Very, very similar, that we won because of our great bishop. And I think here we have a nice solution, and it is bishop a6 first is looking great, I think. Or to play knight on c6 and get the knight on d4. It also feels so good to get the knight from b4 to d4. On the other hand, I don't know what happens after bishop a6. So maybe bishop a6, because in case we are capable of winning something immediately, it would be great. Okay, bishop a6. I think it's a good move. So we have here this nasty pin. Next might be to get the knight over c6 to d4. We will be dominating the game with a knight on d4 and the better bishop on a6 against the worst bishop on g2. So we try multifunctional approach. Slowly, we can be surely... I mean, we can be quite confident in the position of black. We have the better bishop, we have the better knight, we have all the pawns on the dark squares, which is very important for the upcoming endgame. So, positionally wise, we are doing very well. Another idea here is eventually to get knight versus bishop. So this would be even maybe the best we can do here. Because the knight is gonna dominate on d4 versus a bad bishop on g2. So this is quite a big advantage in case we have this knight versus the bishop on g2. Maybe we can get it. So the next couple of moves will decide if we're capable of getting this massive knight on d4. It seems like there is no way to stop the knight from getting on d4. So we are doing very well here. It looks like a good position. Take. Okay. We take back. Knight on d4 coming next. So. Queen on b2. Is it a way to stop black from playing knight on d4? I don't think so. So let's go with the move knight on d4. Domination of the knight versus the bishop. So this is exactly what we wanted. There's maybe an idea for white to get this kind of knight on e3, knight on d5, but at the moment there's no knight on e3 because of knight e2 and we have the fork. So white has to lose a tempo to play the move knight on e3, and maybe I will simply take the knight on c4. It's not a must, maybe I can wait a little bit with the move bishop c4, but just even if I take the knight on c4, we have the beautiful knight on d4 versus a bishop on g2, so this is a dream case for black. It's quite a big advantage actually. So rook e1 being played on the board, the idea, knight e3, yeah, this is easy to see. So now we can take, I think, on c4, like something simple. I think, why not? Let's take. So next, let's play maybe rook c8. So we try to grab the pawn on c4. And it looks almost like a game over, because to defend so many pawns simultaneously doesn't look like it is possible. We have the move rook c4, and now we do the usual f push that I play chess. Teach me this. Boom! Because we have a winning combination for black. So think a little bit for yourself. I give you 10 seconds to find the winning move for black in the current position. Black is winning. 10 seconds time to think for yourself. Little tactics here to win the game. I hope you had some time to consider the options, and it is to give rook c1 check, I think. King has to go away. We simply take the rook. Queen takes, of course, because there is nothing else, and we take f2, so this is complete game over. Knight on f3. Next pieces, literally 0 moves. What a knight on d4. The game is done here. No way to escape here for white. So little tactics that helped us to finish the game. He gives us another pawn on g3. Why is he doing that? No idea. So let's just take it. Beautiful knight on d4. What a monster on d4. What a knight. Controlling the full board, defending, attacking. What a knight, what a knight. So, how to finish the current game? There are no checks, there is no nothing. So, we have all the time in the world. And, of course, I believe something like knight e2 somewhere is winning the game straight away. But we have no rush. So, we can play even moves like g6 just to keep the king as safe as possible. and win the game next. But maybe first let's give a check. Let's play here. So we're getting ready for this knight f3 move. And next, for example, we can go knight on e2, completely winning position, or first to play the move g6, just to keep our king even more safe here. And to play knight on e2, I think it is straight game over here. We would like to give a checkmate, and that's it. So, quite a nice positional win, I believe. We had a good strategy, and in tactics as well, it seemed to work out. So, in case you're enjoying my comments, in case you're enjoying our educational content, please like and subscribe. Regarding playing, I'm playing random opponents. I'm just clicking on this let's play 10-minute game, and whoever comes like this. I believe it is fair. So there is no kind of pre-arrangements or whatever. So yeah, what do you think about Sindarov? Yeah, huge play. What to say? Unbelievable play by Sindarov. He's playing so well. It's a one-man show during the candidates. So great play by Sindarov. I see we have a lot of people in the chat that likes to get deleted. Please be respectful here to the channel, to the people who are watching the channel, because chess is a game for smart people. It's not for those who like to have some kind of bad word conversation or something similar. So be respectful, otherwise we just will remove you. We try to enjoy the beautiful game of chess here and to learn something. Alright, what do we have? We have the move d3, which is extremely strange. I don't understand why to play the move d3. Maybe just a mouse slip, could it be? Maybe. So let's just play the normal Sicilian now. We have the move e6, followed by the move bishop e7. So very normal play. Bishop h4. Also this, I don't get the idea of bishop h4. What is the idea? Bishop g3. Looks weird. This is not looking like white is doing something that is making sense. So many tempos here. Bishop g5, bishop h4, bishop g3. Too many tempos. Obviously still white is doing more or less fine. But black is now pushing. Black will be the one to try to get a better play. Now the move d4. Wow. Very strange game by my opponent. I think we can go queen on b6, attacking the pawn on b2, attacking the pawn on d4. So is it maybe just a win already or not yet? Let's calculate. Queen on b6. Not easy for white to defend the pawn on b2 and to defend the pawn on d4 simultaneously. So how is he going to play after the move queen on b6? Obviously, I can take, and this position is very good for black, so it's a dream case Sicilian, so nothing wrong with that. But the problem is that after queen b6, where is the defense? Is there a way for white just to continue the game? No idea. I don't see a defense. Probably I'm missing something, but I just don't see a defense after queen b6. So the pawn is hanging here, the pawn is hanging on d4. We have the better development now with the black pieces. Is there a defense against queen on b2 and c takes d4 or knight takes d4 simultaneously? And this is an accidental chance, so has nothing to do with strategy here. We just try to win the pawn on b2 in case we can. So yeah, let me read the chat. The chat got more active. That's nice to see. So let me know where you are coming from. I'm streaming from the Emirates. Yesterday we had a lot of people from a lot of different countries. We had, I think, number one is from India. A lot of Indian players are watching the stream. But we had guys from the UK, from the US, from everywhere. I see India, Cyprus. Cyprus, wow. So, knight on a4 attacking the queen. We have here the check on a5. Knight goes back. What is doing our opponent? I don't understand that. This is looking too weird. Now we can take the pawn. Something is very wrong with our opponent because this is not 2300 playing. I don't know. Something is not right because why to give a pawn like that? Just in one move. I don't know. Something is not right here. Usually we had a lot of tough games against 2300s. And now our opponent with a very strange d3 opening. Then we had this bishop g5, bishop h4, bishop g3 idea, which looked as well super weird, and now just a blunder of a middle pawn on e4. Well, so also New York, Australia, almost all the continents available here. Very nice, very nice. Thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying my comments. I hope as well this is an educational stream, because that's the goal. The goal is to give you something that eventually will be useful for you in your own games. It's not just entertainment. Of course, I hope I'm a little bit entertaining as well, but we try to make the stream as educational as possible, so the learning effect is getting bigger. Flag of Canada. Very far away, Canada from the UAE. Nice. Queen on d3. He likes to take my knight on e4, but I will just simply take the knight on c3. So we have 2 pawns up for black. Queen takes on c3. Well, endgame with a pawn up should be doable. Maybe I could have done something better, but this should be easy enough to win the game. Knight on d4, and as you can see, we have also better pawn structure. So it's not just that we are pawn up, but it's also that we have a better position. So still, let's win the current game. We can play the move e5, it's good. We can also play the move bishop f6, so the strategy of bishop f6 is good. We can play simple bishop d7. Let's get the rook into the game. So we put the pressure on the c file. There's c3 pawn, long-term weakness, c2 pawn, long-term weakness. Basically that's it. To save such an endgame, or you have to be way better player than your opponent, so, or I don't know, there should be some big blunder happening or something similar, because otherwise the game is basically done. Some pressure here on the b file. I can play the move b6, looks very logical. I can play the move knight a5 followed by the move rook c8, also looks very logical. So I don't know what is better, so let's go maybe, I don't know what is a better choice here. Also, just to take, and bishop c6 is looking like it is a game over, so let's take. Let's not think too much, let's just take the here. Let's play the simple move, defending the pawn, attacking the pawn on g2, so white is gonna lose another couple of tempos. So let's play the move rook c8, so we're getting ready to win something on the c file. It should be just an easy win under normal circumstances. We bring the rook into the game. Pawn up, plus bishop d5 coming next, plus b6, everything's so safe. This should be not a very difficult win for black. Let's see. Question in the chat: what are some notable GMs you have played with? I have played most of the world champions of my time, so I played most of the top guys that as well you're seeing now, so many people. instead of exchanging the queens, why not knight b4? Maybe, I don't know, because I think endgame, which looks to be close to winning, is enough. There is no reason to play positions with the queen, so it's a very, very, let's say, normal human play. You simplify in case you think it's going to be an easy win. There's no reason to search for something better. Of course, it's possible, but why to do it? In case the position is winning, it's enough. b6. So we are doing very, very safe here. Next move is a move bishop c4, rook on b4. Alright, so now we're gonna put the rook on c3. And the rook gets to a3. Rook a1. Whoa, he improved his play a lot. Before we played a beginner, now he plays the best moves. So this is always funny to see. Now it's not gonna be an easy win, I guess. Maybe he gave us enough advantage in the beginning, so we will be still able to win the game, but not sure, because it seems like we're playing against a monster. So bishop d8. It's always funny to see how the level of the players is improving. Now he is just playing the best moves in a row. He does not care. Let's go the move for rook to c6, maybe. This is what I wanted. Still, we would like to take here and to play bishop b6, so still the position is winning for black. But our opponent improved a lot, so it might not be an easy win. Position is winning, so... Rook a4, wow. With the idea c4. Amazing. Amazing. How can we stop the move c4? At the moment the pawn on d4 is hanging, but we have some kind of a5 ideas. This is not going to be an easy win. The guy is playing incredibly well now, the last couple of moves. So I have to give my best to win the game now. This is not gonna be an easy win, because he is just better chess player than me. So c4. Still, c4 is a deadly threat, so my bishop is caught here. Even if I take the pawn, it will not help me. That's why I guess I'm gonna go back with a rook to c7, so I can take the pawn and then remove the bishop. I have to be very, very cautious here with the black pieces. We got a little bit outplayed in the last couple of moves. And pawn is hanging, not easy. We are getting crushed slowly. Let's defend here by playing rook on d8. Is it possible? King f1, the perfect move as well. The guy is so strong. I think the chance for us is that we have to play fast. This is the only chance, I think, to win the game, because chess-wise, I don't think we have a chance. Oh, I missed the move c4, by the way. What a blunder again. I missed it because I don't like to play h4. h6. Let's see. Why is h4 so useful? I don't know at the moment, but king a2, good move. c4, we have the move bishop c6, so this is not working at the moment. How to win the current position with the black pieces? We should advance, but not so easy. Maybe to go here, but doesn't feel like a great move, to be honest, but maybe. Just to take a look what happens next. I would like to go maybe bishop c6 and then just to play this move d5, because I'm worried that at some moment I'm gonna miss the move c4 and it's gonna be ending badly. Maybe king on g7 is possible. Bishop on f2. So finally he's getting ready to play the move c4, but I would like to play the move e5, just he's gonna take, and then king f1. What a level of play by our opponent, he's just so good. He is extremely good. I don't know how to win the current position. Very difficult to win now. We are getting outplayed. What to do, what to do? So, c4 is coming next. It feels so unpleasant. Okay, I think we should go bishop c6 because I don't think we have something better. And to play the move d5, it's not what I wanted to do in a perfect situation, but maybe we are okay. Now he's switching the flank. He wants to crush us because he feels that he is a much better player. And of course he is. So let's hope we can hold the game with the move f6. Can we survive with a pawn up? Not an easy task here to survive because we play against a beast. Maybe we still have chances to survive. We're getting outplayed so easily. Look at this move. Now he goes. This is just funny. So let's continue fighting. G4. Wow. He is so strong. He is so strong, but we are doing better. So he gave us this head start, which been maybe a little bit too much. Because if he would give us just pawn, I think he would crush us so easily in this position. But he gave us a bit too much of a head start, so now we are fighting. I think in normal case we would have no chance, but here in endgame we are fighting. Bishop b4, very good move by the guy once again. He sees everything, he knows everything. Unreal. Unreal strong chess player. I don't know what I should do here. I think I have to go. I have to try to be safe. We are getting outplayed, but this is nothing I can do about, so let's go here. We are getting completely outplayed, but still fighting. Still fighting. Bishop c5 also. What a move. I don't think we have a chance to survive here. Too strong. Just too strong. Playing the best moves all the time. The guy is way too strong for us. Let's fight. Let's fight. Let's fight, and I think the only chance for me to win the game is because my only chance is to win on time. So at some moment it will be very difficult for the guy to play fast. So this is like the only chance for me to survive here, because he's way too good. I mean, the level of play by the guy is phenomenal. So this is not good, but this is like phenomenal level of play. But maybe he will have no time at some moment, and we will be winning the game. This is like the only hope, but he's so fast. Look at this. How is he so fast? So strong, so fast. So let's see. Let's see. Also here, fantastic play by the guy. Wow. Wow. How is he doing that? We have to try to win on time. This is the only possibility here to survive against this kind of player. Are we going to win on time against the guy? We have some chances now because he has little time. Chess-wise, we have no chance, but time-wise, we might be lucky. We might be lucky. So let's go. Let's go. And move. Here. Let's give a check. Oh yes, it is a checkmate. What a machine we have played. This is unbelievable. Something like this I have never seen in my life. I mean, so shameless, the guy. This is incredible. I mean, something like this, absolutely shameless. Have you ever seen a guy like that? Is this the toughest guy we have ever beaten? Absolutely shameless, because we have played some opponents that, alright, they pretend sometimes, okay, but this guy is absolutely shameless. So shameless. Incredible. I mean, this is just funny. I think, please write your comment in the chat. I think this is the toughest guy we have ever played, no? Not even one is close to this kind of shameless play. Unbelievable. Because we have played the people that played first strong, then not so good. Maybe reverse, played first not so good, then strong, then again not so good. But this guy, he gives us advantage of maybe, I don't know, -3, -4 for black. And then in a pawn down endgame, he outplays us so easily. So this is a level that is way stronger than Magnus Carlsen. Magnus Carlsen cannot do this to me. This is not possible. So this is unbelievable. We are so strong. To win the current game, we had only one chance to win the game, and it is to win on time. And we did it finally. We won on time because it's very difficult for the guy at some moment to look at two screens or to do something similar. So huge win. Absolutely huge win, and absolutely shameless play by the guy. This is unbelievable. This is by far the biggest shameless guy that we have ever seen online so far. This is incredible. So of course we're gonna report the guy immediately, and the guy should not be blocked just once. He should be blocked like forever, because he is shameless. Not even pretending, not even trying. No, he just turns on the PC and let's go. What a guy. Incredible. Incredible players online, but this is the toughest guy we have faced so far. No one even close to him. Unreal. Okay, in any case, it's a victory. So we won the game. Unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable that we managed to beat this guy. I thought at some moment we have no chance, but we beat an engine. We won against an engine. We won on time. Yes, we won on time. As you can see, it is a checkmate. Okay, the last moves he could not do anymore so quick. So we won on time against an engine. Beautiful. I could not imagine even that there is a chance of beating an engine, but we won because he had no time anymore. So yeah, you can even fight an engine sometimes. Obviously, only strategy is to get the guy on time, but yeah, what to do. We did it. Too big of an advantage from the beginning. So, in any case, thank you very much for watching. I will be back today evening. Like and subscribe to our educational streams. In case you enjoy my comments, in case you're enjoying the funny talks, the quite some chess ideas, and of course, chess is entertainment. So, like, subscribe, join us on VChess. Eventually, see you in the evening. For me, it's time to go. Otherwise, it would be just a bit too much because I try to stream daily just a little bit, but a little bit is becoming many hours, so not so easy to make it work. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And eventually, till the next time or till today evening, depending on your time zone. Thank you. Have a great day. And we beat an engine. Spectacular day. We should note the day we won against an engine. Usually no chances, but now we beat an engine. Incredible. So thank you all for watching and have a great day.